There is something happening to you right now, and if you've been feeling it, that quiet, unexplainable shift inside, I want you to know, it is not your imagination, it is not anxiety, it is not confusion, it is your soul, and it is moving. It is moving into something ancient, something powerful, something that cannot be forced, cannot be taught in a classroom, and cannot be bought. It is the highest form of who you were always meant to be. Today, we are going to talk about 7 signs that your soul has begun entering this highest form. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you will either feel deeply seen or you will know exactly where you are on this journey. Either way, you will leave with clarity. So, stay with me. But before we begin, drop a comment below right now. Just say, "I am ready." Because the fact that you clicked on this video is not an accident. Nothing at this level ever is. First sign you have stopped explaining yourself to people who were never meant to understand you. Think back to even 1 year ago. How much energy did you spend trying to make people understand you, defending your choices, justifying your path, shrinking yourself so that others felt comfortable around your growth? You remember that exhaustion, don't you? But something has changed. Quietly, without any big announcement, you have simply stopped. Not out of arrogance, not because you no longer care about people, but because you have started to understand something deep, that your peace is more valuable than their approval. When the soul rises to its highest form, it no longer begs for a seat at a table it has already outgrown. You have started to let people misunderstand you, and you have found, surprisingly, that you are still whole, still standing, still moving forward. That right there, that is a sign, a very powerful one. If you've stopped explaining yourself to people who don't deserve your energy, type, "I choose peace," below. Own it. Second sign, solitude, no longer feels lonely. It feels like coming home. There was a time when being alone felt like a punishment, like something was wrong with you, like you were missing out. The silence made you uncomfortable. You filled it with noise, with scrolling, with anything to avoid sitting with yourself. But now, solitude feels sacred. You actually protect it. You guard your alone time like it is the most precious resource you have. Because it is. Because that is where you hear yourself most clearly. That is where the real conversations happen. The ones between you and your soul. A soul entering its highest form does not run from stillness, it runs toward it. If you have started craving silence, choosing evenings alone over crowded rooms, and finding more meaning in a quiet morning than in a loud gathering, this is not isolation. This is integration. Your soul is integrating everything it has learned, and it needs the quiet to do it. Tell me, does your alone time feel like peace now? Comment, "I claim my solitude," if this is you. Third sign, you feel a deep, unshakable knowing, even when you cannot explain it. Logically, has this ever happened to you? You just know something. Not because you read it somewhere, not because someone told you, but because something deep inside you, deeper than your mind, deeper than your emotions, just knows. And it has never been wrong. This is not guessing. This is not wishful thinking. This is soul-level knowing. In spiritual traditions across the world, from Vedic philosophy to Jungian psychology, this inner knowing has been called by many names. Intuition, gnosis, the inner teacher. And when your soul is entering its highest form, this knowing becomes louder, clearer, more undeniable. You stop second-guessing the voice that has never misled you. You start trusting that quiet pull, that feeling in your chest when something is right, that sudden heaviness when something is wrong. Your soul is no longer asking for permission to lead. It has taken the wheel, and you are finally letting it. Has your intuition ever saved you from something? Share your story below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Fourth sign, old wounds no longer control you. You have become the alchemist of your own pain. This one is important, and I want you to sit with it, because one of the most powerful signs of a soul entering its highest form is this. You have stopped being a victim of your past. Not because the pain was not real, it was real, every bit of it, but because you have started to see what that pain was actually doing inside you. It was building you, shaping you, teaching you things that no university, no mentor, no book ever could. And at some point, maybe gradually, maybe suddenly, you stopped resenting it. You started to see it as the very fire that forged you into who you are becoming. The soul at its highest does not carry wounds as weight. It wears them as wisdom. If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe for daily cosmic insights, astrology updates, and spiritual guidance, because the universe always has a message for you. You have become an alchemist. You take the darkness of your past and you transmute it into light, into compassion, into depth of understanding that only comes through having truly suffered and truly survived. Type, I am the alchemist. If you have turned your pain into your greatest power, you deserve to claim that. Fifth sign, you are no longer chasing. You are attracting. There is a very specific kind of exhaustion that comes from chasing. Chasing love, chasing success, chasing validation, chasing the version of life you thought you were supposed to have. And most of us have lived in that exhaustion for years, decades even. But something shifts when the soul reaches its highest vibration. You stop running after things, not because you stop wanting, but because you finally understand what is truly meant for you will not require you to lose yourself in pursuit of it. Real alignment does not feel like desperation. It feels like magnetism. You become so rooted in who you are that the right things, the right people, the right opportunities, the right energy simply find their way to you. You may have already started noticing this. Synchronicities that feel impossible to ignore, doors opening without you forcing them, the right person appearing at exactly the right moment. This is not a coincidence. This is your soul's frequency doing its work. Has something come into your life recently that you didn't chase, but it came anyway? Share it below. Let's witness these moments together. Sixth sign. You feel a profound sense of compassion, even for people who have hurt you. Now this one surprises people, because when we think about spiritual growth, we often think about peace within ourselves. But one of the deepest markers of a soul entering its highest form is something that happens outward, toward others. You start to see people differently, even the ones who disappointed you, even the ones who betrayed you, even the ones you never thought you could forgive. You start to see the wounds behind their behavior, the fear behind their cruelty, the emptiness behind their ego, and instead of anger, something quieter rises in you, something that looks like understanding, something that feels like compassion. This is not a weakness. Please understand that. This is one of the rarest forms of strength, because it means your soul has grown large enough to hold space for someone else's brokenness without being broken itself. That is extraordinary. And if you are experiencing this, truly, you are closer than you think to the highest version of yourself. Have you ever found compassion for someone who hurt you? Type, I chose compassion, because that decision says everything about where your soul is. Seventh sign. You feel an unspoken purpose, like your life is quietly rearranging itself around something greater. And finally, this last sign, and I believe it is the most important one, because this is the sign that everything is converging, the sign that the universe is not just watching your journey, it is participating in it. You feel it, don't you? This sense that your life is not random, that everything you have been through, the losses, the failures, the wrong turns, the painful endings, all of it was pointing somewhere. And you are now starting to see where that somewhere is. Not fully, not yet, but enough. Enough to keep walking forward. Enough to trust the path even when it is not entirely clear. A soul in its highest form does not need the entire staircase to be visible. It only needs the next step to be lit. You are being called toward something, a purpose that is larger than your comfort zone, larger than your fear, larger than the small life that once felt safe. And deep down, the most honest part of you already knows what that something is. You have always known. Your soul has been trying to tell you for years. The only question is, are you ready to listen now? If you can feel this purpose pulling at you, even if you can't fully name it yet, type, "I claim it," right now. Because claiming it is the first step toward living it. So, there you have it. 7 signs that your soul is entering its highest form. And here is what I want to leave you with today. You did not find this video by accident. You were led here. Because something in you was ready to be reminded of what you already are. Not what you are becoming, what you already are. The highest form of your soul is not a destination far away in the future. It is not a reward waiting at the end of a long road. It is already within you. It has always been within you. You are not becoming, you are remembering, and that is the most sacred journey any soul can take. If this video resonated with you, share it with one person today. Not because of the views, but because someone in your life may need to hear exactly this right now. Leave a comment telling me which of the 7 signs felt most true for you. And subscribe to this channel because we go deep here every single time. Until next time, stay rooted, stay luminous, and never forget how close you truly are.